Hi, I'm Dr. Peg Achterman, and welcome to Content Management for Communicators. As many of you know, this is a prereq for Journal 1000 Fundamentals of Digital and Online Media, but anybody can take it just to have a one-credit class and to learn how to put together a WordPress site. So, couple of things to get set for Journal 1000. You want to get this done probably by the end of the first week of the quarter. So it's great to do this during September term. It shouldn't take you more than 10 hours total, if that. You can probably get this done in a weekend, actually pretty easily. My advice is to get it done quickly. Just work along, don't get behind, don't wait until the end of the quarter. If you're in Journal 1000, you'll have to get it done pretty quickly. So let me walk you through a couple things. You are going to be using WordPress, and you're going to be buying hosting on something called Bluehost. So the way you do that is below on this opening, you'll see some links to WordPress Beginner. It is one of the best sites out there for really learning about WordPress. I'm going to share my screen here and show you what WP Beginner looks like. Looks like this, and you'll see how to make a WordPress site in 2023. And you scroll down here and it'll walk you through a bunch of stuff. And then way down here, about quarter of the way through, you're going to see a video. Please watch the whole video. It's super helpful. A reminder that she's talking to people who are going to set up business websites. The main stuff you need to know is within the first 17 minutes, but watch the whole thing. And then they also will walk you through it in it's step by step. So this button down here, this big orange one, is how to connect to the Bluehost discount. So big deal there. It's going to cost you about $30 to get a year of hosting. I would like you to use some form of your name. Okay, I have owned Achterman.com for a very long time, but use some form of your name because you'll be able to use this as a portfolio site later. I just pay to keep mine year after year. It's well worth it. It's kind of like paying the subscription on your phone. It's just a necessary thing these days to have an online presence. So that's super helpful. So once you get your WordPress hosting done, that is pretty much having the first assignment done. It says prove your hosting. So you'll take a screenshot of that. And then the second assignment is to set up your website fully. There are some really specific instructions for that because you're going to do a little bit of video and a little bit of audio and a photo, just so that I know that you can do all of those pieces within WordPress. So again, I would also probably bookmark this WP Beginner site because you can come back to it again and again for advice. It's super, super helpful. Lots of people ask if they can use a website that they've already set up, like Squarespace or Weebly or Wix. The answer for this class is no. I want you to learn WordPress. The reason is it's used in probably 30 to 40% of all of the websites, at least in the United States, are built on a WordPress spine, basically. And once you know how to use those, you can use almost any site builder. But WordPress is really, really flexible. It allows you to get into the HTML if you want to. It allows you to do cascading style sheets or CSS. We won't cover that in this class. I'm not really covering HTML, although you can look a bunch of things up. Again, WP Beginner, great, great resource. Go all the way to the bottom of this web page as well, and you'll see all kinds of resources. So don't be afraid to explore. The last thing that I want you to really pay attention to is when you get into it and you go to set up your theme. It's under Appearance, and you'll see Theme. The instructor on the video will run you through a whole bunch of themes. Some of them you pay for, some of them you don't. I'm going to restrict you to a particular kind of theme. WordPress builds a new theme every year. It starts with the word 20 written out, okay? So when you search themes, just search 20, type in 20, and it will bring up a whole bunch of options, but I want you to stick with those. The reason for that is they don't have a bunch of funky plugins in them. They don't ask you to go to other weird pieces that you can get to through CSS. They're very basic. You can play around a lot in them, but it will help me to help you. So stick with the themes that start with 20. Okay, so that's the only restriction, and that's all written down below and in your WordPress site builder assignment. The rest of the assignments are pretty straightforward. I'll throw in a couple of videos a little later in your units. The units are set up just 1, 2, and 3. Just do the assignments and quizzes attached to those in order. You have to get one to go to the other one, just like many online classes. There's a discussion section. If you have questions of other people, that's a good place to put those. Lastly, the best way to get me is on regular old email, Acterman at spu.edu. I don't see the Canvas mails quite as easily, but I do see my email really regularly. It's harder for me to get Canvas on my phone, for instance. So please just use that for messaging, just regular email. You'll see in the syllabus, you can also use something called Marco Polo, which is basically a video messaging app. The nice thing about that is you can show me what you're trying to do and I can show you back. So it's just like a video phone call, but it's asynchronous, okay? So welcome to CMS class. Have fun. Please email me if you have any questions or use Marco Polo. That's a good one too. Have fun.